defense. I want to talk about the defensive side of the ball. I want to know Jeff Iafrate's 4 priorities in the first 2 rounds. You have 4 picks.
Yeah.
Look, I can't predict the future. I can't tell you they are going to trade back. They're not. They're going to have more picks. I don't know that right now. Okay? I'm going to work with what I have. They have 4 picks in the first 2 rounds. Jeff Iafrate's 4 priorities, a must-have. What should the Lions address? And I'll give you a bonus. You can use free agency to justify what you do in the draft.
Yeah, I think the linebacker position is something that I'd probably look at free agency. I know Levante David's going to be available. Hopefully you get to bring back guys like Anzalone. But the draft is where you're going to address the defense. I mean, the first 4 picks, I would assume that at least 3 would be defense, right? That first pick, maybe 6, you pick a defensive lineman or a corner if you could trade back and take someone you really like. And then at 18, you sit in a position where you're going to have guys available anyway. I mean, you're going to have corners anyway. So if you want to go defensive lineman and then corner, that's fine. But the overall message is both of those first-round picks should be defensive players. I mean, there's no question. If you watched Lions games last year, you know how important it is. If you could force, like Adam always says, force a punt against Seattle, you're in the playoffs. So defensively is where the need is. I mean, this team had the worst, if not one of the worst, secondaries in the NFL. I mean, we make fun of the Vikings, and the Vikings have a terrible defense because they were a 13-win team. The Lions were up there with them in terms of passing defense. Like, they're bad. But on top of that, as solid as they've been against the run, there's still a lot of work to do up front, too. I love Buggs. I think he's a serviceable player. He showed a lot. But that's probably a position you're going to have to look. That's why De'Aaron Payne gets floated around. So they could really address in free agency either that linebacker position, corner, or defensive lineman. I mean, they could really go either way. I think there's plenty of guys available. But the overall message that I'm hoping Brad Holmes approaches the draft with is, hey, our first 4 picks, at least 3 of them are going to be defensive players. I think the offensive player, if you're going to take a guard, I wouldn't be, if a second-round guard, wouldn't be shy from it. You already have one of the best offensive lines. Put the finishing piece on it and get a guard. Or if you want to take a running back, to your point, maybe in the second round or third round,